What's your name? What do you do?
Name's John. I top 8'd the Chaos Cards Regional, and I was playing Yubel. I was one of the ones that Matt did not get to play in Swiss, but we'll just get his profile. So, starting off, we've got the Yubel cards. Do those all in one.
Seems familiar.
Very familiar. No, my ratios haven't changed since the last time. They haven't changed since Leal in this terms. I always want to play 2 Squirmer. You don't want to see too many of it, but 2 just feels right for the grind game. It also gives good flex spots in terms of siding. Samsara is great. The combo's changed a little bit now off of Samsara, but that is fine. And 2 Spirit is just correct. You want to also sometimes be able to search it if you get hit with the Furavos on the Lotus. So what you can do is you summon the Lotus, you will get to the Spirit, you'll pop the Spirit off of the Nightmare Pain, search another Spirit, shuffle back to make a Phantom. It's 2 draws, you've got Battle Protection, and you've got the Phantom Negate. So that gives you a way to play through, and a lot of the time they have to shotgun Furavos against you because the other Yubels give you the opportunity to just straight up make a Phantom first action, so it gives you more room to try and plan your turn and play around because they have to respect you negating it. Then we've got the Yubel spells. Nightmare Throne is Nightmare Throne. It is the best card in the deck. It gets you to your Samsara, it gets you to a Phantom, it gets you to Beckoning Beast, depending on whichever package you need. And I'm playing 2 Nightmare Pain. Because I think drawing it in combination with even just Squirmer gets you to a pretty reasonable rudimentary combo. It just gives you extra lines if you get hand trapped, having it hard open, and having it in the grind game when you've had one that's been popped or banished, especially with the amount of Cosmics that I saw today, just having access to the next one means that you still have game through various interruptions. I even had a Tempo game where they summoned a Disparter, and after having Cosmic my Pain, shuffled it back to negate my Engraver, so I searched Pain 3 times in the game. Funny. Then we have the Beckoning Beasts, the Sacred Beast Engine. These cards are arguably your best cards into Furavos. What you can do with this is a pretty rudimentary combo, where if you get full velocity, you can use Throne or this, search this out, go through the combo, get Gates, get the second one, link into Yama, search the Shavara, pitch the Shavara off of the opening to summon one back. You get the trap set, and then you link into Raid, so you give them 2 draws, and you end on 4 potential disruptions with the pop, the link off, the SP banishes, which I think is pretty reasonable. Then, Engraver. I am playing 2 tracks because I have constantly been going up and down with the deck list count on this one, and because I'm playing a slightly higher deck count than most, I want as many starters as possible. One of the things that is great about this package is the inclusion of Lacrima, which means that now I have had the ability to cut Necroquip, and through that I have space for another card in my extra deck, which lets Engraver by itself be Varudras, Rage, Escape, Cross Sheep, and a Phantom, with the option that when you link off your Rage, with the Cross Sheep pointing to the Desiree, into the SP, you can summon back the Samsara on your opponent's turn, which gives you an additional layer of disruption. So by itself, Engraver is a better combo than Samsara. Then we have the Unchained cards. This card is amazing. This card sucks to draw, but it is worth it just for how much of a ceiling it adds to the deck. I much prefer having the pop, especially into Tempai, over the Reborn. And then we just have the Power 1-offs, Call By, 1-for-1 and Terraforming, your 4th copy of Throne, your access to the Lurry or the Samsara, depending on what you need, and Anti-Shifter. We hate Shifter.
It's not a real card. I didn't see it today.
I got shifted once. It was the one round that I lost against Tempai. They just had it, and not really too much you could do about that one. Otherwise, Tempai was fine. Then we have the hand trap lineup. I am playing 18. This was the reason my deck count was so high. I wanted to stuff as many points of interaction into the deck as possible in the event that you are stopped in order to stop giving your opponent draws. So I wanted to be able to play with as much interaction from hand as possible. One of the great things about Yubel that it has over a lot of other decks is that if you just decide to pass on a Phantom alone, you can then use Mulch Armies on your opponent's turn as you are resolving your Phantom because you have cleared your board. I have done that twice this event in the same game, where over the course of a singular game, I double Perulia, double lost the same guy. It felt great. It was a really, really grindy game state, and those draws really helped me win it out. Other than that, the rest of the hand traps perform fine. Nib is a little bit weaker than the rest because it needs to be paired, but the amount of interaction you're able to just force out with the sheer volume of hand traps, it makes it worth its spot. Shout out as well to my favourite hand trap getting its inclusion. Absolutely love any format where I can make Ogre. Great into Tempai, great into the Mirror. It's been absolutely fantastic as well into Deception. No, I have not been too worried about draw. I don't think it's bad. It hasn't been meshing with how I've been wanting to play the deck. And I felt that the 1-for-1 trading hand traps were working better for at least my style of play. Nothing against draw, it's just wasn't how I was playing the deck. Then we've got the extra. We've got the Fiendsmith access for the links. Pretty self-explanatory. They are absolutely wonderful. One of the great things about these cards is using the Lacrima in your opponent's turn to, in the main phase, summon this back out, and then immediately tribute it off, get another Engraver in rotation for follow-up next turn. That came up so many times today. Then we have the Unchained package. Again, Tuyama is great with the escape, and they also are good cards to side in and out for the side deck, A-Bomb, and Anguish package. Then Crushi. New introduction, a tech that I got from Lucas Sacco. Essentially is the card that means your Engraver is now a stronger combo, and the amount of times today that I had been Veiled or Impermed on the summon of my Samsara, and then was able to get into a cross sheet, make a fusion at link point, and then summon the Samsara back and combo from there was absolutely fantastic. It means you don't fiend block yourself, but in the event that you just can't make that, you still have the Muckraker for every other situation. It's also been great to revive level 6s to make Caesar. Then you have your link target for Soul of Rage. Fantastic. SP is a great card. The fusions, Aerial Eater, Desiree, and your 2 Phantoms. 3 is great, hasn't come up, but if I had the extra space, I would play a 3rd. I have cut Necroquip because it's no longer necessary because of Lacrima. It does cut off some of your combos under Droll if you just open sort of one of your combo starters. However, I feel like it's been worth it to get stronger end boards out of single cards, but then you're not interrupted. And then we have the 2xEs. Caesar, people go on and off about this. I think it's been great. It's been great in Tempai. It's great in small board states where you've broken a board and you just wanted to control the game state from that point on. It has been solid, and Verudris is an Omni. It's broken. I love this card. Then we have side deck. Through Perulia for all the matchups that either don't get hit by full loss or all of the additional matchups where you just want to make sure you're drawing into all your hand traps. 3 Bestials for the Mirror, for Branded, for decks like Voiceless. They're very, very solid. This potentially could have been the draw spot. I was debating between them. I decided to go with Bestials at the end, and these paid off dividends in the Mirror and in the Whitewoods Runic match that I played. Then we have 1 Duster and 3 Cosmic. The singular Duster was just because of the higher deck count that I was running. I was wanting to see more spell trap removal in the 48 that I'm running in the main deck, so I felt that seeing an additional card in there was reasonable for the back row matchups. And then 3 talents for going first. I would consider main decking this, but because once you get further on in the tournament, people start knowing you're in Yubel. They're shotgunning a lot of their mulch armies, so that you're less likely to resolve it just off of this. So it felt better into decks where I knew I was guaranteed to be into more interactive hand trap games. So I saved it for the side deck. And lastly, the Unchained Links. Going a little bit further into this one, I absolutely love these into back row matchups. Specifically theoried aligns with this into Labyrinth, where a single Samsara ends you on this and Desiree with Escape Set, which plays around Sphere Mode, which is getting very, very popular at the moment, as well as gives you the opportunity in end phase to pop and or send 4 cards from the back row. You escape, target this, pop one of the back row, revive off of Yama, summon this back, and in the same with the same effect, pop the Desiree. Desiree chainlink 1, this chainlink 2 because something was destroyed. You send a card, you pop another, and then it goes end phase to pop a 4th card. If they've set 5, it's end phase. They're left on 1 card, and you've got all the advantage in the world to play through that. But that is the deck.
Any shout-outs?
Shout out obviously to Team Burger, thank you very much for the deck profile. Thank you all of the group that came along to the event. It's been a wonderful day. And shout out to Brotherhood Games, my usual local, and everyone there. Thank you very much.